Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 5 starts now.
And we begin with a story unfolding nearly 1,500 miles away in Cancun, Mexico. A couple from Michigan is sitting in jail right now, facing a string of very serious fraud charges. But family members say it's all one big misunderstanding. Their daughter says Paul and Christy Aquillo are being wrongfully held in a maximum security prison, all because of a dispute over a timeshare. Thanks for joining us, everybody. I'm Kimberly Gill.
And I'm Damon Fernandez in for Ty Steele. Now, that couple has been behind bars now for the past 21 days, and there's no real end in sight. So let's get out to Shantae Passmore. She's live tonight. Shantae, what are Mexican authorities saying about this?
Well, Damon and KG, Mexican authorities say the couple are wanted for committing fraud against a hotel chain in Cancun. We're learning that these allegations stem from a few years ago. And when the couple landed in Mexico, they thought that they would be checking in, but instead, police were waiting for them.
Mexican authorities say they have evidence linking Paul and Christy Aquillo for allegedly defrauding a hotel chain, a state attorney general releasing the pair's mugshot.
The scariest thing is that they've been there for 21 days and we've had no direct contact with my stepdad, Paul, at all.
Their daughter, Lindsay, says she only gets to speak with her mother, Christy, and even that's been inconsistent. So how did a mid-Michigan couple find themselves in detention at their destination? Mexican officials report the couple signed a contract to buy a club membership at a hotel chain in November 2021. Monthly charges were made on a card. Sometime between August and November 2022, the hotel learned the bank canceled 13 transactions for a sum of more than $116,000, about 2.4 million Mexican pesos at the exchange rate at that time. Then, Mexican authorities say Christy Aquillo shared on social media how they reportedly committed the fraud. In March 2025, police arrested the couple. Loved ones say the couple believe the unpaid credit charges were already settled.
Palace Resorts breached the contract and they're retaliating and they're extorting them because of it.
Meanwhile, we did reach out to members of the Michigan delegation, the U.S. State Department, and the couple's credit card company, but we did not hear back from either of those parties. We've also reached out to the hotel chain, but it also did not respond to my request for a comment as well. We're reporting live tonight. Shantae Passmore, Local 4.
All right, Shantae, thank you. Well, you can snap the QR code right there on your screen right now. It's going to take you to the article on Click on Detroit that has everything we know about this case. You can also find the link right here on the homepage of that website. Well, former U of M assistant coach Matt Weiss is facing new legal trouble tonight, just one day after appearing in court on federal charges for computer hacking.
Now, two former Michigan athletes are suing him, accusing Weiss of stealing intimate photos. So let's get to Erica Erickson. She's live tonight. Erica, you spoke to their attorney today.
That's right. We spoke to one of the attorneys who filed this civil suit. This civil suit is 52 pages. There's a lot here. But I want to get to some of the details here. Now, there are 150,000 students allegedly affected with this indictment and 100 colleges across the country, according to prosecutors. And some of those images, those videos, intimate. And what the attorney says in this civil suit is there's a timeline here, and that timeline is pretty disturbing. So he wants to know, what did the school know and when? Now, we'll get to that in a second. Backstory here is Matt Weiss, University of Michigan assistant coach, the school, and Keffer Development Services, also known as the athletic trainer system that Weiss allegedly used. Prosecutors say Weiss was caught hacking into accounts, even researching and targeting women based on their school affiliation from 2015 to 2023. That's 8 years, keeping notes on photos and videos that he downloaded, commenting on the bodies and sexual preferences, and then sometimes the feds say returning years later to look for new photos. And the attorney that we spoke with today says the violations from Weiss, while those are devastating, the school's silence on top of it and the lack of accountability, that's yet another betrayal.
How are they feeling right now?
I've been in contact with dozens of former female athletes at the University of Michigan that are just shocked. They feel betrayal trauma by this university that they gave their blood, sweat, and tears to, that failed to protect them.
So, as far as the school has said, they can't comment on pending litigation. We did pose some of these questions today. We learned that A lot of these allegations came to light in 2022, and he was placed on leave in 2023, but a lot of this came out in 2025. So we're going to learn more on Local 4 News at 5 o'clock. Reporting live, Erica Erickson, back to you.
Okay, we'll see you then, Erica. Thank you.
We'll take a live look at pictures from the White House tonight. That's where some of the president's top national security officials are facing some tough questions after a journalist revealed he was accidentally included on a chat thread with key cabinet members. Now, they were allegedly discussing military plans to bomb Houthi rebels in Yemen. Now, officials from both parties are calling for answers on how it all happened.
Sloppy, careless, incompetent behavior, particularly towards classified information.
Amid a national security firestorm, the Trump administration's highest intelligence leaders grilled over how they discussed sensitive and potentially classified military information in a group chat that included a journalist. The CIA director and director of national intelligence confirming they were on the chat, but denying any information on the attack in Yemen was classified.
Senator, I'm not going to get into the specifics.
Why are you going to get into the specifics? Is it because it's all classified?
Because this is currently under review by the National Security
Because
Council.
it's all classified? If it's not classified, share the text now.
The timing of U.S. airstrikes, correct?
Yes.
Yes, and therefore the timing of sending U.S. air crews into hostile airspace, correct?
Yes.
The National Security Council already authenticated the exchange on the messaging app Signal, which happened just hours before the U.S. attacked Houthi rebels in Yemen. Atlantic Magazine editor-in-chief Jeffrey Goldberg says National Security Advisor Mike Waltz inadvertently invited him to the chat.
I received a text in this chain from Pete Hegseth detailing the war sequencing, the attack sequence, weapons packages, targets, all that sort of thing.
Goldberg releasing screen grabs of the text that describe how the vice president, secretary of defense, and others talked about the attack and celebrated.
The CIA director came in with operational information. The National Security Advisor came in with after battle assessments, or actually during battle assessments of the damage done.
President Trump standing by Mike Waltz.
Our national security now is stronger than it's ever been.
Some Republicans concerned, but trying to avoid the incident.
I'm saying there needs to be more investigation.
And today, Senate Majority Leader John Thune said everyone, including the White House, has acknowledged mistakes were made and a committee may want to hold a full hearing.
All right, take a look at some live pictures of the new Hudson's Detroit building from our downtown sky cam there. And that is where, in less than 2 hours from now, Mayor Mike Duggan will deliver his final State of the City address. Victor Williams is there live at Hudson's Detroit tonight. Victor, what do you expect the mayor will talk about?
Well, the mayor is going to be talking about a lot, Kimberly, and as you can see, they're already setting the stage to get ready for this speech to go down. As you did say, this is going to be the last time that we're actually hearing from the mayor as he is about to leave office. But this is going to be happening right here in the Hudson's building, and as we all know, this has been such a transition in the city during the nearly 12 years that we've had the mayor right here since 2014. We're expected to hear Duggan talk about what the journey has been like from when he took office and then up until now. You have to remember that when he stepped into this role, the city was bankrupt, but we're also expecting to hear Duggan talk about the future of the Renaissance building and so much more. Here's the Deputy Mayor, Melina Howard, on what's to come.
All the initiatives, the construction projects, the road projects, the parks projects, all of that stuff is resident driven. And so he's really going to sit here and pay homage to the residents who've really helped to impact and reshape the city. He's also going to highlight the future of the city and how the Renaissance Center is really going to lead the way on the path forward for the city of Detroit.
And of course, we're going to be right here listening to that entire speech. We'll have the highlights coming up tonight, of course, at 6 p.m. And then, of course, at 11. Victor Williams, Local 4.
Okay, Victor, we appreciate that. And you can watch the mayor's State of the City address tonight at 7 right here on Local 4. We'll also be streaming it live on Local 4 Plus and clickondetroit.com. And because of the mayor's address, Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy will be moved over to MeTV. That's going to be channel 4.3 if you're watching us over the air. Those shows will still air at the same time, 7 for Wheel of Fortune and 7:30 for Jeopardy.
All right, now to the weather. And you know, it's been a pretty clear day all across the state. Take a look at these live pictures from downtown Traverse City. You know, I got to tell you, we've seen a few snowflakes fly past those cameras over there.
Back here at home, live pictures from our Windsor Sky Cam. Haven't seen any flakes here today. Beautiful shot, though, but still a little bit chilly, I guess, for spring accounts. Let's check in with Kim. It is officially spring, right?
It is. Depends on what day you're living in, because we go from everything from the 70s to the 30s. Yesterday we had snow, and right now we have a little light rain, although up here it's been changing from green to blue and kind of back and forth, so I suspect there's a little bit of a mix up in parts of the thumb. The rest of Metro Detroit is, for the most part, dry. There could be a drip or a drop here and there as we go throughout the evening, and you might even see a snow flurry later on tonight. But otherwise, we're looking forward to a nice sunny day for us tomorrow, with temperatures getting into the mid-40s, and then after that we start a nice healthy warm up. In fact, we'll be in the 60s by the weekend, but that comes with a chance of storms. We'll talk about it coming up.